We saw things like 5p, 6c, and so on and so forth, where p is your variable. That is a value that will vary. Right? We got to see that with multiple scenarios. Right? Please enter a number for n, say 6, and the cost is 110. So this takes up the expression of 5 times of 6 plus 50. This is to figure out how much will be the delivery cost. So here we took up a single variable n, right? So that was our variable, that is the number of items. So we saw many such examples. Now, here, what if we had multiple things that changes, not a single one? Like say when you are, making laddu, we'll use coconut and jaggery. To be honest, if we are making multi seeds, that is many seeds laddu, we'll use coconut, jaggery, and all of that. Say all of that is fixed. You have fixed quantity. What you have with in your control is the sweet that you want and coconut. Coconut is say not that costly, but dry fruits are, so dry fruit is fixed, while your coconut and jaggery are not. They can vary. So what if we have such things? What if we don't have a control of two things? In this case, we said to have multiple variables. When multiple quantities vary, we use different variables to create a single flexible formula. So we use many variables basically. So the conclusion is we will use many variables, as simple as that. Right? So let's look at this. So we are preparing jaggery laddu, and price of one coconut is 35 and price of 1 kg jaggery is 60. Right? So let's see how much money we need. We already spent money on dry fruits. So we need to spend money on this. So let's help her figure out the total cost, right? This person, let's help her out. Say she decides on, she needs 3 coconut. And how many kgs jaggery? She's going to go with 2, or let's say 1. So she will end up paying 165 rupees. Okay. So basically 3 into 35, that would be 105 rupees, plus jaggery cost is 60 and we have 165. This answer is right. Say that person decides, you know what, I want a bit more sweet. So same amount of coconut, but bit more sweet. So let's buy jaggery, double the quantity which we took, say 2 kg. So what will be our answer? 3 into 35 is still 105. 2 into, right, let me take that. So in this case, we are looking at 3 into 35 plus 2 into 60. So this is 105, 120, 105, 120 is 225, right? Okay, I took so much of time doing that. Is that the answer? Yes. Say I decide that, you know what, let me double it. Now I feel a bit confident. So let me take 6 coconut and 4 jaggery. So what will be the amount? Obviously, when the cost will double, so I can just go with 450. Let's see if we are getting 450. Yes. So how is that we are able to do this? We're able to do this because we have two variables. Okay. So number of coconut and the kg jaggery, right? So with this two as the inputs, that is with this two as the unknown quantity, we'll be able to figure out the total cost. Because total cost is dependent on how much you will spend on coconut and how much you will spend on jaggery. This two in turn is dependent on number of coconut and how much kg of jaggery we take. And that's how we figured it out, right? So again, same steps, pattern. So 35 times the number of coconut plus 6 times the quantity of jaggery. equals our total cost. The general formula is total cost is equal to number of coconut into 35 plus quantity of jaggery into 6. So here we need two variables as there are two unknowns. So the variables that we are using is C, that represent the number of coconuts, J, that represent the quantity of jaggery. And so converting this, plus sign means plus, 35 times means 35 into 60 times is 60 into. And so converting this into mathematical expression would be 35C plus 60J. See guys, this is common sense, right? If you're able to figure out this particular thing, okay, again, you can use diagram to do all of this. My advice is just use simple set of diagrams, right? So each of this is 35. So you will see in my solutions that I draw a lot of diagrams. And jaggery, let me go to a nicer color. Say that's our jaggery. So each of this is 60 rupees. So you can imagine many of them, and you can imagine many of this. So all of this will add up. But these quantities are all 60, so I can write it as 60 into the number of things. These quantities are all equal, so this is 35 into number of things. So basically these two are getting added up. So if you are able to get a rough idea in this way, this is a simple thing. It's a very simple thing. But yes, it's commonsensical. Honestly, if you want to do this, just work with your mom inside the house or your dad, if possible, at his place of work. Or just sit with him about calculating monthly kharcha. Just sit with them. Right? That's the homework. To be honest, that is the homework. Sit with them and you will find this chapter very simple. If you are able to find this chapter very simple, honestly, your 3/4 of the work in mathematics for next 4, 5, 6, pretty much all the years ahead, it will be gone. You don't have to spend more time on mathematics anymore. Just get this chapter right. Right? Okay.